Hi, Anya Levine, your house coach. Thank you so much for coming on. If you like what you hear, please give me the thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe, push the button below. So today we're going to talk about 8 tips to change the energy of your space. Our environment is so vital to our health, to our to our relationships that we have with others, and even to our money. And creating a space where you are living consciously, you are more present. And when we are present, we are able to see what is going on. And the unconscious mind gives the conscious mind messages. And we'll talk about a couple of tips from that angle as well. So if you also have any questions or would like me to do any videos that are of interest to you in regards to the energy or the organization or the design aesthetics to your home, please send me a message. So let's start with the 8 tips. And nothing is in particular order, so don't feel that you have to do them in these 8 steps. The number one I do say is that do a mindful sweeping. And it doesn't have to be any longer than 5 minutes. And it doesn't have to be the whole space, meaning each room of your home. But when you do mindful sweeping, you take the broom and really be present with the sweeping. I suggest that you start by taking the broom and start by sweeping off the baseboards. We are living in a very quick, fast-paced society. And I'm sure many of you notice that there is such a stronger layer of dust coming around. Dust is very low vibrating, and dust likes to sit on baseboards. So taking the broom, starting with your baseboards, and then just sweep. You can have some soft music on, but even if you do very mindful sweeping and really get in connection with the floor and the broom and you, it just changes the energy. Another area that I like to talk about is bringing in fresh flowers. Fresh flowers, are so lovely. They are living, they have a burst of color, and walking into a space where there's fresh flowers, it just changes the energy. I like having them in the front entrance when I first come in. I also like having them on my desk. And so just think about it. You don't have to spend a lot of money either, where you maybe need to, like you think you need to have them ordered. You can get them at many grocery stores. This collection here is 2 of them. I bought 2 different ones. Carnations I find do last a much longer time. And just teaming them up and putting different colors are very nice. Also adding some greens. If you have a garden, maybe there's some greenery that you can cut with that. The third one that I want to talk to you about is when you're in a room, you can change the energy of the room by, if you have pillows, there's 2 areas in this section. One is just by like fluffing up the pillows. Just doing that really changes the feel of the space. As you can see, it has lifted a lot of dust. So try that out. Go to your pillows in your bedroom, and even if you just, give a little pat, that changes it. Another area that I want to talk to you, which is close to the pillows, is because they're in a room, is just change some things around in your room. It could be even the accessories. So I'll give you an example. Even if you just move this over here and you change this here, and maybe you get rid of one thing, that's just changed right there. Sometimes moving furniture around, if you can, changes it. Even in a dining room, just moving the chairs, they're the same chairs, but just moving them around changes it. Because you might be able to see that in your kitchen table or your dining room, there's a certain chair that you take, that you sit in all the time. So that makes, a huge difference. The other area I like to talk about is having music. Music you like, music that feels good, but it's got this vibrational feeling in a space. I can say you can, like, maybe if you're doing your cleaning, having some great fun dancing music on, or if you just want to really instill some calmness and clarity, you might find something of mindful meditation music. But try that out and see how that room feels after. Another area that I like to talk about is cupboards. So if you can visualize a cupboard in your kitchen, and if open it up, I like to take the phone, put a timer on, maybe 15 minutes, and just clean out for 15 minutes or rearrange, and maybe some items in there aren't needed anymore. Maybe some items are expired or they're stale if it's a food cupboard. But once it's all organized and you close the door, the cupboard door, you can really feel the energy is different. It's the same thing like your clothes or a drawer, but that really does change a lot of the energy. That goes to the second point that I want to make, which is it's about the cupboards, but it is a little bit more deeper with the drawer. And you could try both areas, but if you're not really feeling good, if your energy is low, if you're like confused or overwhelmed, just take a drawer and start clearing it out. I know that when I do that, if I'm very disconnected, I'll just spend a day on going throughout my home and doing some clear outs. I'll do my drawers in my bedroom. I might go through my cupboards in the kitchen, but I just find that it just offers me a little bit more clarity and I feel a lot better after. So we talked about dusting. My notes are down here. We talked about the pillow. We talked about rearranging furniture, cupboards, flowers, music, and then there's two more. One is walk around your space and see what no longer serves you. Like what is giving you a disconnect. And that's where I'm talking about something that's being a little bit more conscious. So this isn't maybe the best example for you, but I'm going to explain it a little bit. So it's a cute little container and it's got beautiful little dried roses in it. And I had this in my bathroom for the longest time. Now, I bought this over 5 years ago when I was with my daughter in Paris. I never used it. I opened it the other day just to like smell. Most of the fragrance is gone. And I had it in my bathroom. The vacation was lovely. It was a beautiful memory. But there was just this thing about every time I saw it and I'm seeing dust on it, I'm like, why do you still have this? You need to get rid of this. And so I am. I did. Like I am. I just wanted to show you this video. But, you know, something around the house. Now, I'll give you a second example in that respect is we had laid some carpet on our stairs. I think it was 2 years ago. This house is a big house and there's a lot of people in it. I have 3 children. I have a dog. I have a cat. Frequently we have people staying at our home. And so within the 2 years, I started to see some spots on the carpet, you know, and I tried cleaning them and I didn't do a good job. I wasn't able to do it. And so every time I go up those stairs and I see that, I don't really feel good. And it just, you know, makes me think I gotta get it cleaned. And so what I just did is I called a carpet cleaning company and they actually came and did more than just the stairs. They did some other carpets, but how that energy just changed. Now, again, you could do that yourself. There's places that you can rent machines like that from. But if you're going into a room and you're seeing maybe chips on the wall or the carpet's dirty or something isn't right in terms of needing repair or maintenance, get that fixed. And once you do that, you'll notice a change. And the last area that I wanted to talk to you about in terms of changing energy is I have on my website, this is called the Letter of Intention. And my website is Anya Levine, sorry, not Anya Levine, Anya.housecoach. And when you go on that website, you can download this letter. And in this letter, it says, my intention for this space. This can be written for your whole home. It could be written for a particular room. And what I want you to do, if this is something that you're going to download, is write down what your intention is for that space. And when you write it down, write it in the present. And when you're writing it, believe it and feel it. It's a very law of attraction. So maybe it is something, I will give you an example. In my dining room, I had written down that I really would love to see the family sitting together, having meals together, conversing, laughing, enjoying each other with good food, as we were not making us enough time for family dinners. And so I wrote that in there, and I folded that up and I put it underneath one of the drawers in the buffet. And lo and behold, after a while, I'm not saying it's going to change in 5 minutes or a week, but 6 months later, I opened it up and I really noticed everything that I had written in there had changed. So what's really important is that when you're writing it, you write it with your handwriting, so you're already putting in the intention. You're very positive because you can feel it. You're writing as if it is in the present, not as I would like my family to get together. I love that my family sits together. There is so much laughter. We take turns in speaking. The food is flowing with delicious nutrients, all of that kind of stuff. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if that is something you want to continue listening to. I am all about our homes and making our homes be the best possible space for us. We live in such a busy world. Our home office, our work office, our vehicles that we drive should empower us. Thank you. Bye for now.